If you could see the world through my eyes, vibrant purple sunrise, shards of broken dreams come raining down.
Mark here, Life and Fitness Files. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with content. Today, I'm going to talk about a DIY project that helped me to recapture some space to aid in my home workout area by helping me to get more organized. So in this area, right over here, I have my home workout area, and things were starting to, or had been, falling over into that. I had some wood piled, a bunch of camping stuff, all kinds of crazy stuff. And right over here is where all of that stuff was. And it was hindering my ability to set things up how I want or even use things quickly or easily. So I just got tired of it and thought, okay, I need to make something can help me get this stuff organized. This is kind of inspired by things I've seen on the internet. However, I also wanted to use some materials that I already had and try to make it pretty simple. So if you can see, this is kind of a monstrosity, but it's definitely going to help me organize a lot of items. It's pretty deep. It's basically 4x8. So I just have 4 sheets of plywood going, and I'll have some floor storage as well. And I didn't want to do a ton of cutting, so I tried to keep it really simple. Essentially, I have 8-foot boards as the tall leg rails, and I have 4x8 sheets of plywood with some supports going across, and that's about it. I wanted to fill the space so that I didn't have to make multiple sets, and I could have some depth to put lots of things, including some workout things, but also some bin, tote things, as well as I can also store some lumber that I had here going across with 8-foot pieces of wood. Those will work as well. I also have some space at the top. This building luckily has high ceiling clearance, so I just thought I'm going to use all of that space. To keep it simple, what I did was this front panel, I basically made 2 of these. I measured how big these totes were so that I could make sure those fit. And obviously I can fit other things in there as well. But I wanted to make it sturdy and strong, have enough space for those totes, and utilize the space that I had. So what I did was just laid down 3 2x4s vertically on the ground right over here. And then I put these cross beams. I started at the top, made it flush, measured down 20 inches. Since these are 16 inches, I measured down 20 inches, making sure that there's enough space for this 2x4 to give support and still have clearance, as well as space for the plywood. Then I put those beams across, screwed those in, having 4 going across. I made 2 of those. I turned one of them so that those were then, these are the rails. I put a couple of cross beams underneath here to help keep the whole structure as one. Stood it up. Then what I did was added a few more support beams. So basically I have the 2 panels sticking up, held together with some support beams going there. And these rails here, I went to the side, slid in some plywood. Since it was exactly 40 inches, I gave a little bit of space on each side. So there's probably 3/8 of an inch on each side. So there's a little wiggle room, but I wasn't looking for it to be a perfect master builder project. It really needed to be functional and easy to make and utilize things that I had. So I put that together, popped it up, pretty straightforward. Now, a couple things that I will note is that this plywood is something that I used and had was 1/2 inch. 3/4 inch is going to give you some more stability, and you'd probably need a few less support beams going across underneath. But that's something that you can consider. This is something that was easily accessible and that I had, but 3/4 inch might be a little bit more sturdy as you go along. The other thing to note is that you could do another smaller shelf here to slide things in if that's something that you want to do. I wanted to leave a little bit of space below so that I could put some taller or oblong, strange-sized objects underneath and have space to get those in and out. But having this space works for these totes. You could obviously measure these to be whatever size you need in between. You just have to make sure you account for these 2x4s and whatever the plywood size so that you leave enough space. By keeping these 8-foot boards, both vertical and horizontal, I eliminated the need for a lot of cutting. The same thing with this plywood. I thought about making it a little less deep, but then I'd have to cut the plywood and use a table saw or some kind of circular saw or jigsaw, and that takes a lot more time. I wanted it to be pretty simple. So this comes out a bit far. Obviously, it's going to be 48 inches plus these 2x4s on each side. So you're looking at more than 4 feet. However, if you have the space, I find this very versatile that I can slide in multiple totes. I can keep different objects on here. I can put some of my workout stuff in here, and it's going to be very sturdy for what I need. I'm also able to hang things from here if I want to. I can bungee things over to the side. So this can be used in multiple ways for multiple things. You can pop this in a garage. By recapturing space, I'm actually able to then have a workout area that works. I can find things that I need, save me time, so I can use my time to do other things that I want or need to do. So hopefully this video helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. This is something that took me less than a day. If you have some of the resources, it's super straightforward. If you're at all handy, it probably is easier if you have 2 people. But if you only had 1 person, you could still make this work and just leverage things. I did use some clamps that came in handy. I made sure to put in enough screws to make it sturdy. One thing that I probably will add is that I did tuck it against the wall. There is a little bit of a board at the bottom on the wall, so it's out just a little bit from the wall, but I'll probably anchor it to the wall just to be safe. Although, if you can see, it's pretty sturdy and pretty massive, so I don't think it's going anywhere, but just to play it on the safe side. So now I have more space. I'm going to be able to find the things I need, save me time, save me energy, and overall, it didn't take me a ton of time to build this, and it was a lot cheaper and easier than building some other kind of shed to throw this stuff in. So hopefully this helps you with time, space, and energy. If you have any questions, feel free to leave that below. Hopefully this helps you on your life and fitness journey. Peace out.
Walking miles in someone else's show.